Hey class, so usually I'm making these videos so you can get help with your homework, but I had to have my husband help me with this homework because this is the most unusual Hello World I've ever done. Even though Jeevan's this year was pretty unusual. He had a very unusual Hello World this year. That's his third Hello World for me. All right, so let's find this. I haven't published the assignments yet, but this is how when you go to the page. So we're on Hello Homework. Um, so it'll probably show up like this, homework on one page by topic, and you can go here and find the Hello World in Prolog. So do that one first, and then do the Prolog Pokemon Part 1 is the second one. So always start out with Hello World. Okay, not much on this page, but we are, IDE 1 is a terrible, terrible thing to do Prolog in. Um, And Jeevan and my husband had this wonderful thing, and I don't know why I was resisting. So we're going to use that one. And I have a link for it here on the page. This is your assignment where you can turn it in. But I'm basically going to lead you through the whole assignment, and you're kind of going to have to follow along to do it because it'll show you how to set things up and how to get things to work because Prolog is very different. Okay, so click on Swish, Online Prolog IDE. Okay, and this is just a little information window. All right, you do not need to create a login to do this. And this is our IDE. So it's really cute. I like that. All right, and we are going to create a program. Oops, that did not let me show you what we're creating. So there is empty, student, and CLP. We are doing CLP, which is constraint logic programming, and we are going to create a program. So let's click that. Okay, so just like we had with Ruby and C, we saw that you have things that you include up at the top. These are all the libraries that we need, and it's really nice. It pops them all in there. And it says your program goes here. Now the first thing I want you to do is get rid of all this. Get rid of that stuff, and over here, get rid of that stuff so that we start out totally blank. All right. I'm going to show you a couple things in it just to see what this language is about, and then we'll do the Hello World together. You'll see why it's such a hard thing to do Hello World. So what we'll cover in class is that normally in programming languages we store values in variables and then we operate on those variables, and that's kind of the thing. In Prolog, we store the relationships and we map out all the relationships we can describe and we store them. So we're going to store them in this program over here, in this file over here. When we hit run, it's going to enter all those relationships in there, and then we get to ask it a question. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, let's do my family. So father. So, and lower cases are really important on this side. So father in our family is John and Katie. All right. And then mother, Andrea. I can't tell if that's good. Okay, let's go over here. All right. Andrea. Oh, I can't even type my own name today. Katie. Okay. So those are the relationships. And it's saying predicate is not called because we're not using it yet. Okay. Hold on. We shall. Okay. And over here, this is question mark dash, and that is where your question goes. And we can, so once we state these relationships, we can then ask Prolog true and false questions. We can say, mother, John, Katie. We're asking it, is it true that that the relationship between John and Katie is mother? Run. False. It is not true. Okay, and we can change that. We can put Andrea. We run. And it says true. This isn't exciting yet, but it's going to get exciting when we build a bigger and bigger map of a mind over here of like sometimes called an expert systems, but we're going to build lots of really complicated relationships. There's another really popular thing we can do with asking these very simple questions in Prolog, and that is to ask for all possible results. So let's say, let's make this, we have a joke around our house where we say, "You're my favorite." And we all say, "You're my favorite." We say, "You're my favorite, don't tell the others." So let's do that. So we'll have, so now John is the favorite of Katie and Andrea is the favorite of Katie. So we can come over here and we can ask for all possible results. And it kind of does this in an interesting way. So we go favorite, and I can put X. Now capital letters are for variables. Lowercase things never change. You've told it this is reality over here, and now we're just asking, this is just asking a question about reality. So let's see what are all the options for Katie's favorite. We'll hit run. Okay, now notice it only showed one. What it's going to do is show you the first one unless you hit next. And now it's going to show, there were only two. You saw that 100, 1000, whatever. So you could list lots of favorites if you had lots of favorites, right? You just keep hitting next. But that way it will give you all possible answers. This is going to be really helpful. We're going to be programming some Pokemon battle things so you could check for what are all the possible things that will give me 2 points of damage with Bulbasaur or something like that. And so we want to see lots of different options and things. All right, so now that you see what Prolog is, you can kind of understand why it was kind of hard to wrap my mind around how Hello World would happen. And my husband came up with it. And I am very grateful because the other Hello Worlds I saw out there were just using Prolog to print the line, but that's not really using the language the way Prolog is meant to be. So let's do this. So we can just type a new association, greeting. We're going to associate this with hello. Oh, I can't use capitals. Hello world. Okay, we're going to put a period at the end. That's a bug that gets me all the time. And then I can come over here, greeting, this, give me all possible greetings for this. Hello world. And there you go. That is Hello World in Perl. I'm sorry, Prolog. You can download a file as a .pl file. Save to the cloud, you need to create an online account, which is perfectly fine. SWI is a great organization, and you can save to the cloud that way. I haven't tried that, but I'm confident SWI is really nice. If you download it as a .pl file, it can be sticky to get it back in here. What I do is just highlight it all, copy and paste into a text file. And then when I want to put it in, I copy and paste it right back in. So that's how I do it. I might sign up for this after a while, but I wanted to try it this way to see how it works when you don't have an account. It's for those of you who aren't going to set up an account. All right, that's Hello World. Good luck. Bye.